with another one, man. We got your boy YNW Melly. This your boy Rob.
Yes, Ja here. You know, this the home of hip hop news, cultural commentary, all that jazz. And we got to talk about the latest with YNW Melly's double homicide trial. What we learned in those last days, 11, 12, I believe.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
watch it live. I just read the reports. But what we learned so far is that the defense has really been able to shatter the story about the drive-by shooting. Just to kind of put
Mm.
things into context,
Okay,
let me
but
go
hold
into
on
the.
before you go too
Oh,
far,
go
guys.
ahead, go ahead.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, man. We trying to get to 1.3. We're trying to get to 2,000, but y'all help us out, man. It's free. Show some love, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, like I was saying, the thing about this YNW murder trial, in the last couple of days, the detectives have determined that the scene was not a result of a drive-by shooting in court. That was on the 29th. Broward Sheriff's Office Sergeant Christopher Williams testified that after he analyzed the case, there was only one shooter, and it wasn't the driver. It wasn't YNW Bortlen. That's what he's saying. Oh, I'm almost finished. It was rather the person sitting in the back seat. Investigators said that the two victims were in an SUV when Demons and Cortland Henry, after leaving a studio session when they were shot and killed. Police say Demons and Henry claimed they were victims of a drive-by shooting, but prosecutors argued that Demons was the shooter and killed his friends in the back seat. Um, this is at the point where I'm losing all confidence that Melly has any chance of beating this. It was real emotional to see YNW Juvie's mother. She had to ID her son's killer in the video where he was last seen alive. That was really emotional for the jury, I'm sure. A lot of people felt like that was unnecessary, like the prosecution was doing too much. How you feel about that? Would you criticize the prosecution for having YNW Juvie's mother come on the stand and having to point out Melly and identify her son in the video?
Uh, I mean, when you trying to pin a case on a guy, that's very damaging to the defense. When you got somebody when emotions is involved, it's a
Yeah,
it's it's a good way, it's a good tactic to go to get your victory. So yeah, I think it was a low blow. I mean not a low blow, but it was like, yeah, we gonna try to hit it where it hurts, and we're gonna try to convince the jury that you're a bad guy, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff that we're seeing in these last days of the trial is what lawyers have referred to as foundational. It's really boring. At one point, they were going through 500 pictures that were in Melly's phone just to prove that it was his phone. A lot of science talk about the crime scene and how they know what wounds were inflicted after somebody was dead already. But all of this stuff is really important. I agree with you said. What you said, it is going to pull on the heartstrings of the jurors. It's going to have an impact. Uh, it's not exactly playing dirty. I mean, a mother's trying to get justice for her son, so I'm all for it. But I did see a lot of comments where people were criticizing that. But Melly has been able to maintain a lot of support uh, the whole duration of the trial so far.
yeah,
Um, Another thing
yeah.
I want to talk about, one of the text messages to that YNW Melly sent his girlfriend, it said something like he was talking about Bortlen. He was something like, I'm gonna take Bortlen everywhere with me because he saved my life. And if the crackers come grab him, it's my fault. This was in a text message to his girlfriend. Can you imagine any scenario where that's not an admission of guilt? If that's a text message that took place after, you know, the descendants were gone?
He said he saved my life.
Yeah, referring to Cortland Bortlen Henry, the driver.
Yeah, it probably was a situation in the shootout the way he felt like he put in some work, but I don't know. Maybe he was there for him. That that's how I mean, looking at that, it make damn. He saved my life. It was like
Yeah,
somebody was busting at you, and like he came through for you, and you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. So it could be he defended his life in the driveway, drive by, being that Bortlen was the wheelman. So he's
Right.
just like, yo. But then he did add in there, if the crackers come grab him, it's my fault. Why would it be your fault if the crackers come and grab him? Were drive-by people just looking for you alone? Or like, why is it his fault? Somebody tried to kill him. If the crackers come grab, you know, Bortland,
Yeah,
like how
because you caught up in a situation. It's like if I go get you, right? If I call you up, you come pick me up. I already got a situation going on, busting. I know I'm probably finna go down for it. We beefing, but I pick you up out of it, and now you got tied into
that's
my
not the
situation.
but no, but that's not the situation. They left the studio together. They
Right.
alleged that a drive-by happened. So I get the whole "you saved my life" part, but if the police were to lock up Bortland, how is it? How would it be? In what world would that be YNW Melly's fault? Wouldn't it be, if anything, the people who did the drive-by? The reason why I feel like he said that it would be Bortland's fault is because he's the one who staged this to look like it was a drive-by, and he killed them. And Bortland covered for him because Bortland walked into the hospital and said this was a drive-by, and said Melly wasn't in the car.
Dang, he's solid.
Yeah, I mean, if you call that solid, but they all friends, so damn, I don't need no solid niggas around me.
Yeah,
God
I'm
damn.
saying as far as his riding for Melly, I mean, think about it. If that's true what you saying, which I mean, it could be if that's how you are, I mean, you illustrating that. But I'm saying if he
Yeah.
could do that and he got somebody to stand right by him to do that, I can see him texting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes more sense the way
Yeah,
that I'm seeing it than, I get you're being generous with it, but I'm just a reasonable person trying to connect the dots, and it seems like that's an admission of guilt to me. Did you know that YNW Melly's mom was she got charged with accessory after the fact?
did it drop? Did they drop it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but damn, almost got your mama case up too, my boy. God
yeah. It's
damn.
like, bro, when you do something wrong or bad, sometimes when you do wrong or bad, you still got people that got love for you that they gonna be there no matter what.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Speaking of people being there no matter what, we got to see when we saw those 500 pictures in Melly's phone, some of his relationships with rappers. One being Yak. He had a picture of him on FaceTime with Yak. There was a picture I saw with him and Vaughn and Dirk in 100K track. And also the big one, what was the big one? Oh, another name that came up again was YNW Melly. We know that YNW Melly had got. I mean Fredo Bang. That's the name that came up. We saw Fredo Bang's name come up again. With conversations and everything. The last time we was in trial. What do you think about Fredo Bang releasing a song called "Free Melly" the other day? I was yesterday or the day before. I'm just going off memory. Did you get a chance to listen to that? I sent it to you.
No, I didn't get a chance to listen to it,
That
but
shit slapping.
I'm
You
I'm gonna
gotta
definitely
listen
check
to
it
it,
out.
bro. Yeah.
I feel that Fredo Bang is showing his loyalty, man. Like, I guess it's hard. A lot of people have never had to, support somebody, whether they was right or wrong. Some people probably support you more if you right, but then when you wrong, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna cut your ass off because I ain't supporting that. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
you and the person. So I see why people would support, and I feel like yeah, it's cool to get support, man. Rather you were right or
Yeah.
wrong if you love the person. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
nobody should judge you because you already had a previous relationship with this person. Rather what they did, it's not up to
Yeah,
you. You on their side, so
yeah,
it's just hard, you know.
yeah. I see. We show loyalty to our friends even when they're wrong. Sometimes this seems this seems typical, you know, in the hood. Like in the hood, bruh, a murder ain't enough to make a niggas turn on you. That ain't enough. you know. I mean,
It is,
sometimes they will, of course. They'll turn on you for less, but
yeah.
usually that's when people band together and hardships like this. Take that for what you will. If for anybody who doesn't know, Fredo Bang was subpoenaed to testify in this trial. He refused to testify. He invoked his Fifth Amendment, meaning he pled the fifth. And his lawyer got on that ass too. His lawyer was barking that he don't have to do it because it was something about like violating his rights. It could be self-incriminating, and the judge saw it his way, so that ended up getting dropped. So let that be a lesson for you folks. If you in a situation where you get a subpoena, that's not the end all be all. You still could have a little wiggle room if you could maybe testify to something that's self-incriminating, or uh, you might have to invoke your Fifth Amendment rights. So that was a way that he was able to keep his mouth shut, keep his street image intact, and now when he drops this song "Free Melly," it's gonna go crazy. So I thought that was a shrewd move. He could show support to Melly, kind of ride the wave, clout up at the same time, and nobody's really gonna give him a hard time about keeping his mouth shut about an M. So that's how that goes. I want to remind everybody, it's still not too late for YNW Bortlen to snitch. He was just in court. Yeah, he's on house arrest. I saw him trying to plead to the judge to try to get off house arrest, like get some kind of privileges, let him travel a little bit more. With the recent developments in the case, do you think there's any chance that Bortland could kind of like turn the other way?
I don't think it'll be wise for him. I think if
What?
Melly get found guilty, he may could beat it, you know.
That's a big if. Honestly, I'm not encouraging anybody to turn on their guys, but this is actually the best time for Bortland to start talking, start snitching. I'm gonna be real with you.
I
Let me.
mean, he going self. Look what you just said. What Fredo Bang did.
I
That's
didn't even
all I'm saying. You
finish. I
saying
didn't
that?
even finish what I was saying.
Go ahead.
This is the best time for Bortland to snitch. I could
No,
see.
go ahead.
Thank you. I could see maybe trying to hold out, you standing sturdy and everything like that. Yeah, maybe he could beat it. After these last couple days in court, I don't think there's no choice. I think he might be doing the math in his head. I could turn state evidence because I got my trial coming after this. I could turn state evidence, give them what they need to put the nails in the coffin, and get me a good deal before it's too late. If they beat Melly, they could say, "Nigga, we don't need you to say nothing more. Matter of fact, we need you to just sit right in this seat while we cook your ass, because the chicken's already baked.
I
Time
think
to jump ship." Go ahead.
if you saying that YNW Melly gonna get if he get found guilty of doing the murder, how can you charge? Like, what are you gonna say? He's an accessory. You gonna have
Damn
to drop
right.
the murder charge, huh?
Damn right.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
you did it too. You did it with him. It's two separate. They separated the cases, but they could still get booked for like get charged and sentenced for the same murder. Correct.
right. So you saying
Continue.
in that situation, you would rather choose rather than fighting the case of your innocence, you would say, "Hey, look, this is the best time for
I
me
didn't
to
say I
tell."
would rather choose. I'm telling you, this is the best time for him to snitch. That's what I said. This is the best time. He's got to see what their hand is. He could have been waiting to see what kind of defense is going to happen. They might whoop the case. I could keep my mouth shut. Now he's seeing Melly's not going to beat it. I've been saying since day one I don't think he's going to beat it, but I think it's clear to even a guy like Bortland, he ain't going to beat it. And if Melly don't beat it, he definitely ain't fit to beat it.
I don't know. I beg to differ. I think that I think him doing what he doing and keeping it and saying that like Fredo Bang, you just said he pled the fifth. He didn't self incriminate. because we
His
don't
situ-
know.
I don't think you understand what's going on. His situation is totally different from Fredo Bang. They're saying he's the driver and he lied about Melly being in the car, dog, and doing all kind of crazy stuff. It's way deeper for him. Fredo Bang is not charged with a murder.
Right.
He's not. You know what I'm saying? So
So
it's
Bortlen is charged with accessory to a murder or murder.
I don't know what they're gonna charge him with, but they
Oh,
separated his case. I think it would be wise for them to go ahead and charge him with murder. I mean, if I'm thinking what's going to be beneficial for the prosecution, yeah, we could get a murder out of this kid. I would feel confident if I was the prosecution that I could cook Bortlen for a murder.
mm.
I'm being honest with you. I've been in front of these prosecutors, though. I've been in those Broward County courtrooms, bro. Your ass ain't finna shake no M that easily, cuz they got some
Yeah.
hardcore evidence on him, dog. They not letting shit like that slide, bro. They warehousing niggas every day. They will hide your ass. And they're trying to lay the foundational evidence for this being gang related. Do you think there's any truth to that? Did you watch any of the testimony from Danny Polo and they're trying to make it seem like he's a gang member? You,
Yeah, definitely. I checked it out, man. I want to know what the people in the comments think
okay,
about
go
that.
ahead. Close us out.
Yeah. I want to know what y'all think, man. What do you think YNW Melly? A lot of people are thinking he's baked chicken. I think he still got a chance with me. I feel
Yeah.
like
Well, let me say what we learned from this.
yeah.
A lot of people that we big up, man, maybe, just maybe, he ain't been found guilty. Maybe we need to be doing a better job of picking the people that we big up. Maybe we shouldn't be supporting every rapper just because we like their music. And if we talking about people, people always in the comments talking about, how we could uplift the community and stuff like that. Maybe we need to be big enough rappers that's talking about something a little bit bigger, you know
Yeah,
especially
we
with everything
struggle with
going
that.
on in the country right now.
Yeah.
Like this starting to feel like, like how could we prevent another YNW Melly from getting created? We got to get more involved in politics and epistemology, man.
Finance.
Somebody,
Yeah.
yeah, we got to start going different routes than thinking that picking up a gun is a solution for problems. So we got to start thinking about stuff like that. Like, how can we prevent another YNW Melly from being created if what they're alleging is true? You know,
Right. Straight
yeah,
up. So hey, listen,
yeah,
y'all like, share,
yeah,
keep the name alive, man. You know how we
yeah.
do. True.
Damn right, true.